Okay, let's see here.
What's up, bro?
Oh, Devin, what's up, dude?
Yeah, I'm
How you doing?
so good.
Good. How you feeling? Feeling good?
I'm feeling great.
Hey, Cody.
Hey, it's Tatiana, I'm assuming. Hey, how are you?
That's Tati.
Good to hear you guys.
Yeah, bro. I
I
told
just sent
her.
you a message actually like I don't know, 20 minutes ago or something.
Oh, nice.
Finally got back. But let me share my screen. Might as well talk about some charts. Give it a little bit for some people to get on.
Yeah, I told Tati you were gonna do some forex, and she's stoked. So
Good. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I really just needed a quick reset, and so a little vacay over the weekend was nice.
that's how we do it.
Yeah, and yesterday we had a wedding, so I still wasn't back in full work mode yet. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, oh, I'm sharing the wrong screen. Let me share the right one. I'm exploring a couple different like dog coins.
Nice.
So this is one that did I just post? Yeah, I think I did post to the group. This is one I'll probably put like 500 bucks in.
Yeah.
Maybe $1,000, and then just if I lose it, whatever. So anyway, such as crypto. So I will also say one other thing that I recommend if you guys don't have any yet is this AVAX coin, Avalanche.
Yeah.
It's I know I was explaining it yesterday, but it's just a layer one, so it's like Ethereum, but it has so much potential, and I think this will go to like probably 120, 150 plus. I'm kind of aiming around 90 to 110.
Yep.
It's at 66 now, so that one's available on I believe it's available on Coinbase. But
Sweet.
anyway, good option. And then Polkadot since
Hold
yesterday.
on. Yeah, I know it's gone.
Yeah, so I'm stoked. Been talking about that for a bit. So, but I think this will rip. I think we're gonna see some really crazy numbers.
It's gonna grow because the parachains are about to launch later this month.
Yeah, and I think it's just gonna be I think it'll be exponential. So it'll definitely double probably this month. So
My friend who's been in the crypto game since 2012, and he manages a $20 billion crypto fund.
word.
He told me, he's like, yeah, bet on Polkadot because he's predicting that it's going to get to about 3K in about 3 years. So
Yeah. I can totally see that. Yeah, I'm eyeing 1,000. So so yeah, 3K, that's quite the number. I think Solana will be 3K as well. I think Solana's about to rip, and I'm really excited because I'm such I'm Solana fanboy. So a lot of my
well, I know you're a fanboy, bro. So am I.
yeah. So yeah, but it's fun, man. It's a good time. So I actually had on the island we were hanging out. I took some mushrooms and was meditating a bit, and I had just the vision of it. There's a lot of people, I mean, like you guys, like me, that are going to capitalize really hard, really well over the next like 6 months to assist in building community around everywhere, just helping other people. So I really got that, at least for myself, and I had a vision of a bunch of people, but just making sure to utilize that tool, the money as a tool to assist others.
Yeah.
So should be fun.
Yeah.
But actually, since Solana's chart looks really good, I'm gonna chart that really quickly, remove drawings, and just briefly say what I see here. So all patterns I teach are the same. I mean, are usable in everywhere. So why right now on Solana, I'm feeling pretty good is over here we have the all-time high that was made in September, on September 9th, to be most specific. And we peaked at 216. Now just a few days ago on the 25th, we peaked to 19, 218. So we did make a new all-time high. So that right there tells us, okay, this level, which we would call resistance, because any level where the price is rejected is going to be resistance. So this resistance level, which happened to also be all-time high, was broken. And when resistance is broken, even if it doesn't stay broken right away, it becomes more weak. So it's not as much of a resistance line now. So anyway, now because we did close a candle above it and we did break the high. The candle bodies, by the way, are what are really important. So candle bodies like these, when they close above the candle bodies over here, that is a sign that because it's the body of the candle closing, it says that the price was able to be pushed and held up. As you can see here, it's just a strong wick at this level. So that means the price went up, but it was pushed down. It wasn't able to be held up. So this was, and one of the really good signs to watch for, really good pattern to watch for this bull run is when we're above, I have my Bollinger Bands here, and when we're above the Bollinger Bands, breaking above and then retesting it. So we've, over here, we broke above it because after this rejection, we closed down, broke above it, closed above it a few times, and now we're coming down to retest it. And we can see how very clearly we're respecting that line very well. So to me, Solana, I believe, won't, at least not for a while, won't go under this level. Another thing to note is that that level that we retested is also a resistance level here. So support and resistance, right? So support is when the price bounced upward. Support and resistance are interchangeable always. So anyway, so because of that, Solana looks really good. I'm expecting, I think this bull run, like minimum 600 on Solana, but I'm kind of thinking 1,000 to 1,200 for real. But we're at 200 now, so let me tell people we're going live. So I think it's a good time to just, I was reminded yesterday about the importance of setting intentions and everything, not just ceremony, you know. So everything is ceremony, life is ceremony. If we make it that way, right, we can, have to, but setting our intentions, I think, in a way, and just giving gratitude to ourselves, to the earth, and to all the energies around us. Yeah, it makes a ceremony, so makes it more, I think for me, it's just me being more present, and I enjoy it more, and I'm grateful for results no matter what the outcome is. I'm more extremely grateful because usually I get my intentions, a lot of times it's not how I expect at all. It's a total left field thing, but it works out most of the time. So on that note, for this live stream today, my intentions are to, in an inspired way, share any experience that I may have, any knowledge that I may have through experience, that can assist others to capitalize a bit on the rest of the crypto run or in Forex or wherever. More importantly, my intention is to inspire, to share something new, that each individual hasn't heard yet. And just to spread peace, love, and joy. Yeah, to feel good. So those are my intentions for today. I may do another little maybe guided breath work or meditation a little later. I like to do those when we have a few, if more people get on, a few more people on, just so that others can experience that, because I think that's more important than talking about making money. But a lot of people that get on or are in the group may think differently, may see the money. Okay, so what I'm in charts here, actually looks like we have a decent trade potentially forming on British pound.
Seller? Seller?
Yeah, Sarah, how are
Hi,
you?
can I just ask a question about crypto?
Of course you can.
Yeah. So we talked about taking profits on Fabric and Sabre. And then I was just asking myself if I do it like leave it in the USDC in my Phantom wallet. Is it okay like that? Because I have been reading some things about the stable coins and I'm not sure whether is it a good idea or not to just leave it, because I know that I can't send this USDC to like my FTX account because it's like not an ERC20 but another one.
Right.
So I was just getting a little bit confused about how I do it best when I want to take profits.
Exactly. So yes, that's the best way, is to exchange the coins for USDC. And obviously I agree. It's kind of annoying because I have ERC20 USDC that I actually want to put into Solana coins. And so it's going to process. I have to send it to an exchange and then exchange it and then send it to the wallet. And so yes, that's exactly it though. When you actually want money, so here's the way I'm going to play it is when I'm taking profit on anything, most of the time, if it's in a stable coin, I'll just hold it there, and I'm just holding the US dollar value of my account so that I can either buy lower or I can transfer into, something else. So when taking profit, when you take profit though, and you're like, okay, I actually want to use this money, then yeah, to move it around, you'll have to send it to another exchange to exchange it, or you can also hit me up. There's a chance that I can exchange cryptos for you if you're having trouble. Like if you're like, hey, I don't know an exchange that has this coin and I need that to get it into my bank account, just let me know and I'm sure we can figure something out. But I will say that for the most part, when I have my money that I live off of, I keep very, very little, just enough in my bank account, or in US dollars or in fiat currency. So euros in your case. And so just enough to live off of, and then if you want to buy something, I would just find people that take crypto if you can, using Facebook Marketplace or other things. But yeah, the more money though, as soon as you transfer money to fiat currency, that's when you pay taxes. So just being aware of that. But yeah, I know some people, what were you reading? Was it just that about the difference between the ERC20 and like Solana USDC? Is that what kind of you were thinking about, or was it other stuff?
Oh, I said it wrong. So what I meant was I have tried it and I can send the USDC from the Phantom to the FTX, but
oh yeah,
it's how do I say this? So in my wallet in FTX, it gets not in the USDT, the Tether, the stable coin, but it gets directly to US dollar.
Okay, you're talking about in FTX, it does.
Sorry?
You said in FTX is what you're talking about? It goes directly to the dollar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, you're right. So what I do and what I have to do to change my USDC $4. It sucks. Or for any other coin, really, the ERC20 USDC. I have to send mine to Binance, which is where, I have my identity verified on Binance US now. And then I exchange for whatever coin. So let's say you want to do Ethereum, you exchange that USDC on Binance for Ethereum, and because they will accept actually I have to double check that. No, I don't think they accept Solana USDC. Okay, so in that case, just trade it to USDC to hold the value, but then when you're ready to move it, trade it into Solana. And then when you move it into Solana, you can send it to FTX. So because when you're taking profit, you'll watch the markets, just do it at a good time. And anyways, when you're transferring, the price isn't going to move too much, within like 30 minutes. So if it's in Solana for a little bit, even if the markets are moving or moving down, you're not going to have too much of a change. And I'm going to be pretty clear about when I'm taking profit on Saber and Fabric. And when I take, usually, and I will say when I take profit, sometimes, a lot of times I take profit early, meaning it could go up a lot after I take profit. And I'll keep a little bit, maybe 10 or 20% running, but just to let it go. But for the most part, I'm going to take out just because I'd rather have a guaranteed thing than to be greedy and think, oh, I could triple my money, So yeah, so I think Solana, the best way to transfer to FTX is trade your Fabric Saber to USDC and then USDC to Solana and then send to FTX where you can do whatever you need to there.
Yeah, so the USDC Solana to FTX is no problem, but then I am just a little bit concerned because yes, I had to register on FTX and then it is like in US dollar on FTX, but I think like as long as I don't really withdraw it from the FTX to my bank account, then it's okay. I don't have like a taxes issue.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So I will say with USDC, it's kind of created by Coinbase and they're using it. Coinbase is they're registered, they're trade on the stock market. So that means they're following all the guidelines for the US law. So just know that anytime if you only are taxed when you trade your crypto for actual money, dollars, euros, whatever. But if let's say whatever account you used, if your bank account is connected to FTX, your government will know, okay, you sent 10,000 euros or $10,000 to FTX from your bank account. And then they will say, okay, then you transferred that to Solana, and then they'll watch every wallet where you sent that money to. They have people that are studying the blockchain. So there are different ways to hide money. So if you're looking to hide money, that's a whole other conversation that we'll have. But yes, I mean, they'll know what you have, but you don't technically pay taxes on anything until you are transferring to your actual fiat currency, at least for now. That could change later. But yeah, for now.
Okay. And then, so to leave it on FTX, do you then advise to leave it like in USDT, the Tether, or in just the USD dollar?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to spend it, if you need to put it into your bank account, then maybe USD, but yeah, keep it in, as long as you keep it in a coin. So like Tether is a coin, USDC is a coin. As long as you keep it in the coins, you'll be quite all right.
Okay, because I was a little bit confused about all the things that I read about these stable coins, that things are maybe like a bit about going to change. So I was like not sure if it was a good idea to leave it there.
Yeah, things could change, but I think that the stable coins they're just so ingrained everywhere in crypto that it'll be kind of an announcement. If like basically what would happen is governments are going to say, hey, no more stable coins, and in the end, there's nothing they can do, like all of it's pretty much decentralized on, at least like for what we're buying. You know, when we're using Fabric, we're buying Fabric or Saber. All those exchanges are decentralized and they all use USDC. So it's all ingrained. Or what they will come out and say is, hey, you can only use USDC or something like that. The US government will try to do that. So I personally, I'm not worried. And between, you know, at least the next 3, 4, 5 months, I don't think anything will change that drastically. So I think there's not really much to worry about. Yeah, I'd be more worried though. I right now though, I wouldn't keep much in any stable coin just because the US dollar is tanking and they're holding the value of that US dollar. And so I really think that a lot of like people think crypto is going up, but I think in reality, a lot of the old currencies are becoming inflated. I think it's a little, you know, it's a little bit of both, the inflation and money flowing into crypto. So.
Okay, thank you. Very helpful. So then actually, yeah, I also don't see a problem to just leave it for a while in USDC in my Phantom.
Yeah, and exactly. And when it's that time when it's like, okay, now I want to take that money out. You know, I want to go buy a new car or whatever it is. Then, you know, either you can talk to me or, you know, it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Then you can take the money out there.
Then I'll ask you again. We can have another conversation.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, your money is safe in Phantom. Just make sure you have your backup keys, you know, and make sure that you made a password that's good.
Exactly.
And just practice good security, you know. So
yes, okay, thank you. Very helpful.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think it's all gonna get easier too. Like in the not too distant future, we're gonna be able to like send ERC20, TRC20, all the coins, all the chains eventually will be smart enough to recognize, okay, what money's going where, you know, and with the stable coins, because there are a lot of separation. So what other stable coins are there besides the USD ones? Yeah, so there are some DAOs. I think now the reason that most like stable coins go for the US dollar is because it's the reserve currency, or DAI. This is another one. DAI is one that's pegged to the dollar. So this is another good one, and this is available in Coinbase. So they have Coinbase. Binance recognizes it. DAI wallets. There's also, I know a couple Euro stable coins. It's going to be really, I'm really interested to just see how it happened, because the governments are catching up in a way of like being, you know, they're studying, like they're acting dumb, but you know, they're putting all their money and time into figuring out how they can track crypto and track crypto value. So I'm really interested to see how, you know, the polar opposite also expands, meaning how people figure out to hide money. Actually, since we're on that note, and Tatiana, I promise I'm gonna get to Forex, I promise. But I do want to talk about this on the note, talking about hiding money, because it sucks that we have to hide, right? But in reality, I think it's as sovereign human beings, it's something that we should know about. So one way that I do this is through I use Pirate Chain. Pirate Chain is awesome. Pirate Chain is completely private. Okay, so Pirate Chain, you can't there's no transactions, no data that's tracked at all with any Pirate Chain. Like what I mean is, if I come here into my Phantom wallet and whatever, or MetaMask or whatever, right? If I come into my wallet here, I can see where the wallet, I can see what wallet sent to me and what wallet I sent to, right? It's all public data. It can, if you go on to the blockchain, let's see if we can copy transaction ID. Let's just, for instance, I'm going to go to etherscan.io. Etherscan is a way to track transactions on Ethereum, right? Every blockchain will have some kind of blockchain explorer, they call it. So a blockchain explorer is just where you can research this data, or where all the transaction data is stored. So you can look it up. Okay. So we can see on this transaction, you can see everything. Okay. So this is the transaction ID. This is the wallet that sent to me. And this is my wallet. And this is the amount that they sent. Okay. And the transaction fee, right? You can see literally everything. Now, the only thing is it doesn't say my name next to the wallet. But if you're a government and you see, okay, let's look at Cody Faust's, all of his crypto transactions from his bank account. Okay. He sent from his bank to Coinbase, and then from Coinbase or Binance, where he verified his, and we know because they only allow accounts if you verified your identity. So when they send to from bank account to Coinbase or to Binance, then they will see all the wallets that money also goes to. So, okay, I sent US dollars to Coinbase, and then I traded my US dollars for Solana, and then they can see, okay, he sent this Solana right to this one Phantom wallet. They see that Phantom wallet, and they will know, okay, if someone's constantly sending money, if you're constantly sending money to that one wallet, that specific wallet, they're going to know that that's probably your wallet, right? There's no name to it, but they're going to be able to track where that money goes. So you buy an NFT, all of that, they're going to be able to track all that. Now, there are ways around things, okay? And hopefully, I mean, Zoom might be listening to me, but even if Zoom is listening to me, it's okay. Who cares? This is just in theory, okay, of how people would hide their money. So there's an exchange. So I was just talking about Pirate Chain. One way to do it is to send your money to this exchange called TradeOgre, which TradeOgre does not require any ID verification. It's a centralized exchange. It's a little bit more sketchy. I've been on exchanges that are kind of sketchy. And not that you'll lose your money, just that I could see one day the exchange, I could see it getting hacked one day. I don't think that it would, I think they'll be good. I've experienced the hack before, a couple of them. And, I lost money on one. The other one, it was Binance, and I didn't lose my money. The other one was, what was it called? I can't remember. Cryptopia. Yeah, Cryptopia. I remember that. That was in 2017, and they got hacked. But this is a good way, though, to use money. I trust it. I've used it many times, TradeOgre. What you'll do is you'll send your money here, your crypto here, and they have almost any coin. They have coins you've never heard of. I bet they have Solana. Maybe not. BTC, USDC. No, okay. Let's see, markets. So, well, then, okay, they don't have Solana, so they don't have a ton of coins. So what you would want to do then is get your money into BTC or USDT, or LTC. So whatever you need to do, and it doesn't matter. You don't need to hide that. You just send your money from your wallet to FTX, Binance, or even Coinbase to trade it. Okay. And you trade your crypto, you trade your coin for whatever coin you need to. So Bitcoin, LTC, Tether, and then you send it here to TradeOgre, and then you simply trade your coins into Pirate Chain. Okay. And then you send your Pirate Chain coins to a Pirate Chain wallet. Okay. And then you can hold your coins there. Now, I think Pirate Chain, right now it's at $2. I think that it's something that will consistently hold its value and go up. Another coin that you could also use is called Monero. And by the way, the reason that this coin will go up and hold its value is because of everyone wanting to do what we are doing. Okay. And that's to hide their money. So as a lot of other crypto starts to go down, you might see some of like these two. So Monero is another one that they don't track transactions whatsoever. There's no transaction data, and both are available on Trade Ogre here. Okay, so you can send Ripple here. You can send everything. Anyway, that's one way to hide your money, because when you transfer in there and you transfer to another wallet, there's no data, and you can just say, oh, I fell for a crypto scam. Dang it. Someone said they were going to send double my money back. So I sent them all my money because I thought I was going to get double. Dang it. And I never got it back. You can say, oh, I sent it. I was leverage trading and I lost it all, whatever. You can say whatever. There's so many things that you can say. If anything, if it came down to someone questioning you, but if you did something like this, I don't think you would even get questioned, just because there's no way. And so coins like Pirate and Monero, they aren't available. Pirate's not available on Binance. Monero might be, but it's because they don't track transaction data. So kind of big. But those are good ways to do it. One other way that you can hide your money is you have your, let's say you have Saber and Fabric. Okay, you're holding it, it's going up a lot. You're like, all right, it's time to hold this value. What you then do is you go on a private browser. Okay, make everything private, use a VPN, make sure that you're using a completely different browser, like I said, a private browser, well, it's not storing your data. Okay, this is just how you're extra safe. Okay. But what you do is you take in that private browser, you make a new wallet. And so whether that's Phantom Wallet or that's whatever it is, then with the old wallet, so the one where all your money is, where you made all your money, you buy some NFTs. No, hold on. Sorry. Buy NFTs with the new wallet. Send some money, some new money, and buy like 2 or 3 NFTs with the new wallet. And then what you do is you simply post those NFTs to the open marketplace, to solanart.io, to OpenSea. Okay, you post them for sale, and you post them. And the NFTs you can buy, you can find ones for like $10-15, so they don't cost you nothing. Okay. And so if you have 100,000, let's say you have 100,000 in crypto that you want to hide, or let's say you have $1 million in crypto that you want to hide, whatever it is, you then go and from the old wallet where your money is, you've already bought 2 or 3 NFTs with the new wallet that you created in a private browser. And what you do is you simply, with the old wallet, you go on the OpenSea or on Solanart, and you go and you purchase the NFTs that you purchase from the new wallet. So it's like, what it looks like is you're just buying NFTs. Okay. And when you buy those NFTs, that money transfers to the new wallet. Okay. And then the NFTs get transferred to the old wallet. And then what happens based off the old wallet is, oh shit, the value of those NFTs, basically you pay $10 to $15 for them. And then you list them for, if you're trying to hide $1 million, you list 3 of them for 333,000 each. And then out of that 3, or with those NFTs, you buy them. So then your money is now in this new wallet. But what it looks like on the network is that you just simply purchase some NFTs. And then the value of those NFTs all of a sudden drops because the new person, or no one's going to pay 333,000 for those. And so you lose that money in a way. So you have NFTs, and then when it comes down to it, if anyone's questioning you ever about taxes, you can say, oh, I bought NFTs and the value just tanked. Like, what also happens is maybe you can repost those NFTs for like 1/3 of the price that you purchased them, and maybe you can actually make money. So if you paid yourself 333,000, it's going to post to the network that you paid that much. And then people will see it. And then if you say, oh, I'm going to sell it now for 100,000, maybe people will actually be willing to pay it, even though you bought from yourself. So if you think about it, yes, this is happening. And this is how some NFTs are artificially inflated. is by people buying them from themselves for large prices and then letting them go at a discount, you know, and like people thinking it's a discount, but anyway, so that's definitely something that's happened a lot. But that is a way for you to hide your money. At the moment, it's really easy to do. Oh, hey, did you make it? Cool. Really easy. We're talking about how to hide your money. How to hide your crypto. So yeah, and then you have that value. You can obviously purchase in any coin, and then you take the same, you know, the new wallet that has nothing attached to it because you didn't send anything from Binance or Coinbase or anything where your identity is verified. And so yeah, anyways, and if you guys need coaching on that, just let me know. I'm sure when it comes down to it, I'll talk about it on live streams again. So yeah, anyway, let's get into charting because I'm feeling that flow. But on the note, does anyone have questions when it comes to like hiding money, when it comes to what to get, where to hide, anything like that? Is there any questions at all? Feeling good? Okie dokie. Okie dokie. All right, so let's get into, I'm going to start charting some Forex. Okay, feeling pretty good. I'm going to start with simply price action here. Now you guys can see I have all these lines drawn, just support and resistance lines I drew a while ago. And right now, based off of where we're at, we can see that, I mean, let me delete a lot of these lines to make it super clear. Let's delete this one too. Okay, so we can see that for the most part, we're in this channel. Okay, we got the top. The bottom. We got the top of the channel up here, and I would even say here is probably a better top of the channel. And then we have the bottom. Okay, and so we've been going sideways for a year. So we can basically assume that there's a chance that we'll probably keep going sideways for a while. Why do I see this is because, I mean, as we can see, every time we've gotten the price that's, you know, down to this level, that's come down here, aside from, you know, some anomalies like this, or really just this anomaly, down at this level is a good place to buy. Because so far, I'm going to count this one because we did go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. We've got to this level, this area. We bounced and went up to this area. Now I'm looking at the daily, and from this this bottom to this top, I mean, I guess we could say this wick, but here, May, June, July, August, like 3 months. 3 months right there to get from bottom to top. So this is just a good, just basic charting, basic pattern recognition of, okay, let me look at the history. When the price has been at this level, what has happened? And so right now, okay, when we zoom in, we can see that, okay, we're down at this level. We don't quite have the price action that's telling us it's going to bounce yet, or that it will bounce. But as long as we, you know, until we start to break down below here, I would say, like this level, when we start to crack some of the lower lows, especially this one, that's when I would say, okay, we're probably going to go down from here. Now, it's not quite at a level or at a place where I would buy. Obviously, we can see, okay, this has been a really good place to buy for swing trades. You know, our swing trades are trades that will last, you know, anywhere from a day to a month, 2, 3, 4 months, a year. Swing trades can last. I think if you get into 6 months plus, you're more in the investing category. But anyway, the price action that I'm looking for is some, let's kind of just look at history. I'm looking for some engulfing stuff. Okay, so let's look at this right here specifically. When we came down, we had the first bullish candle after this last bearish one right here. It was a lot smaller than the bearish candle. So that to me means that so far the people selling have They have more power. Okay. So we did pump up a little bit. We came down and we still didn't really get an engulfing, but once we hit this strong, we get this strong candle here. To me, that's the sign of, okay, we're probably going to start heading upward. Okay. And it's because that with this one candle, we were able to take out two bearish candles. Now we experienced some resistance, came down, had another bullish one. But all in all, this candle right here, even though it wasn't right after, I mean, we can see this candle, it took two candles to overtake the one. This candle didn't overtake, but then this candle overtook two. So just that right there, just because this one candle, it tells me, okay, people buying as of right now have more power than people selling. And so we can see we did continue up from there. Now, with Forex, what's great is it's pretty consistent, okay? And as we can see here, like it's been really consistent. You know, you buy down here and at this yellow line here, I'll even delete this one. You can sell just as many times. So, I mean, it looks like there's at least 7 right in there, you know, in that area. So what I'm going to look for, let's look at another spot where we did bounce. What I'm going to start to look for is, so I need to see some of the bearish candles being overtaken. So as of right now, obviously we don't see that we did bounce here a little bit, but notice how this candle closed below this low. So far, because this candle engulfed the bearish movement, it engulfed this candle engulfed the bullish movement, right? The bullish is going up, bullish is white here. It engulfed that bullish movement. So that is a sign actually that it could go lower. So it's definitely not a place that we want to buy at the, just yet. But we can watch for the price action. So what I would do in this case is go down to the 4-hour, see what that's saying there. And even here we can see that, okay, we came down and we bounced a little bit. Even here we bounced a little bit, but this candle here closed below the low, and we're not showing any action of that one being overtaken, let alone us going higher. So right now for this, obviously I'm looking at long-term stuff. But the thing with the patterns that I teach is you can take it to any time frame, you can take it to any market. So the same pattern that we're going to look for to buy, on the daily, the 4-hour, is what we would go down to the 5-minute and look for. That's what's cool about it, is they're fractals. Okay, they're literally, it's just all fractals. Life is all fractals. And studying fractals is a good way to get some understanding, some overstanding of trading. So I'll show you another fractal too. I'm sure I showed it to a couple of you on the live stream already, but I'll probably show that again here in a bit. Okay, so when I'm charting Forex, I just charted British pound versus the Canadian dollar. And so for me, this is a no trade zone, or at least at the moment, because I need to see more clarity of what's going to happen. So I have this alert set for if we break this low over here, then to me there's a chance we could go lower. And so since we've been in this range for like a year, I would need us to go lower and then come up and retest, and then before I would get in the chart, or get in a sell. Okay, so to buy, I need similar price action, but on the opposite side. I need to see some prices or some levels being overtaken. And so the first one for me is going to be this high here. Okay, because you can see that we've kind of taken some stair steps downwards. So we, start here and step down, created this stair, step down, created this stair. Okay, so we see that these stair steps downwards. So that right there, this is a bearish move, a downward movement, and then this created the bottom, created a level of resistance, I would say, but kind of supporting the price from going back up, if that makes sense. And then we went down again. This is another bearish movement, and then we created the same type of thing as this. We created it right here, but see how it's lower. So what we need in order to get into a buy, honestly, is I need to see us come above that, because that's what's really going to tell us that it's going to go up from there. Now we can see that, okay, if we're trading that, there's not much room to get to the top, not as much room as if we were to just simply buy right now. So I will say, just based off of previous results, what you could do is just put in a buy, and right around this area once you see some price action maybe on the lower time frame. And so another level that we would want to overtake is here. So based off of the daily chart, us overtaking this level is going to be a strong sign that we're going to go up, right? It basically means we will go up, like nearly sure. But then we go to the lower time frame, we can kind of see we came down and we've come up so far, and we're kind of retesting, but we're making a new level where the price is going to chop sideways a little bit. It seems like that right here. So if we break above this on the 4 hour, then I'm going to look for that price action to go higher. So that's kind of what I would do, is just I'm going to set an alert, and if we go above this, I'm going to check and see what it looks like. Okay, so what do I want to see? So let's just looking right here as an example, see how we came down, and then we had a little bit of sideways price action, and then we got this engulfing candle. Okay, this candle, when you get one candle that engulfs the previous, and it's the opposite color, so like here's a blue one saying going down, and then this one just says big old middle finger to the price going down, that is a strong sign we'll go higher. Plus we got a little bit of a wick on the bottom saying that there's some buying pressure. Okay, right? So look at the wicks. When there's strong wicks on the bottom, the price ends up getting pushed up, right? Strong wick, price gets pushed up. Strong wick, price gets pushed up. So for the most part, that's the result. Okay, so here we can see that we got a strong wick. We even got another little wick here, and then the price did go up. We see that it engulfed here. And then with this candle, we engulfed this high. So this was the bearish movement, and this candle engulfed this entire bearish movement. So this candle right here is saying, okay, we even have more upside to experience. And we experienced more upside. And then we got the opposite. We got this engulfing. So that says, all right, probably maybe don't want to stay in the trade. We got some good sideways action. So what I do, this is why I love the alerts, is I set the alert so I can go away. I don't have to look at charts. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to be watching 24 hours. But when I'm trading, that's how I'm doing it. Is I'm looking, for me personally, I do because of coaching, because of token of me, because of enjoying life, because of meetings and content creation and all that. I don't watch charts nearly as much as I used to, and so I will set I'll look at the 4 hour and the daily charts and maybe even the 1 hour to get an entry, and then I set the reminders, or I set the alerts so that I can get an alert on my phone or my iPad, and I can also of course turn those alerts off so I don't get any if I want to take a break. But so I get an alert, and I only trade when the price action is showing, because in reality the markets don't have time frames, like aside from forex closes on the weekends, right? Crypto never closes. But aside from that, the market doesn't have a pattern of like, oh well, on Tuesdays that's when you get the big movements, whether it's up or down. It always does it on a Tuesday. It never happens like that. And so, or there is more movement at this time, which is why I've done the live streams at this time, because in the crypto or in the forex space, there's a lot more movement because of the New York market open. There's the most volume going in these traditional currencies and in the stock market and such on New York open compared to the rest of the world. Okay, so that's why we'll look at this time, because that usually the movement you see in between, like, I would say probably 8 a.m. Eastern to like 11, maybe even 6 a.m. Eastern to like 11 a.m. Eastern. That's when you find the most movements. It's a good amount of time. It's like 5 hours, but that's when you find the most movements and setups that usually will continue on for the week or for the next day. So yeah, I tend to trade that, especially when I'm trading Forex. What I used to trade is, and when I was only trading, and that was my only source of income, I would be trading on the 15-minute, I'd be trading on the 1 hour, and I would be in the charts at this time. And you know what, guys, I'm having a realization right now that because of the way that I trade has shifted, I think that I know I just changed the live streams a little bit, but I think I'm gonna do them at a little bit of a later time, or just I'm gonna kind of look at it and vibe it out. But I want to be able to do these in a space where everyone can get on, because I have a lot of people in different parts of the states, or just different people I coach in different areas that they work or whatever, and they aren't able to make it. And I know the recording is great, but sometimes seeing stuff live is the best. So vibing that out. But anyways, the reason why I set these live streams at this time is because of the movement in Forex. So anyways, I'll set when I'm running through my charts, and went on a whole tangent, but I'm coming back. I set these alerts on my charts to know, okay, here's when you should actually look at the chart, so that I don't have to be staring at it all the time. I just look at it when the market is presenting opportunity, and not waiting for the market to present opportunity. Okay, so once I've gone through, with Forex and the Forex pairs, I know I have a ton on here. I have, let's see, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I have 9 Forex pairs on here. And the reason behind that is because just because of coaching, and I have random people that trade other ones. But also live streams, I added more so that we could, we could find more trades. But in reality, when you are, you're trading and you're starting your trading journey, you should only be looking at 5 pairs at most. 5 pairs at most. 3 is a good magic number. I found by looking at 3, I was able to master those 3, or at least one of those 3, a lot quicker. Master. That's the thing, is what determines a master? At what point do you master it? So, because I feel like, I could always get better. So I just got to say that. But anyways, when I was consistently profitable, looking at the 3 pairs, what happens is each pair, every currency or cryptocurrency pair. So BTC USD, Sol USD, British pound versus Japanese yen. Every single one of these has its own individual characteristics, its own individual patterns, its own individual emotions. And it's just really interesting, because it really does, it follows people and where they're at in the world, and the average of each person in the world. So what I'm saying is when you're looking at too many, you're taking away from your ability to be able to master, a couple, right? Jack of all trades, right? So versus just mastering a couple, but by looking at those specific ones, those specific 4 or 5 in this case, you're going to set yourself up for success. And I know some traders that will literally only look at one chart. I know people that trade gold that way. I know people that trade Bitcoin that way, and that is the only chart they look at. So what are my favorite 5? These top 5 right here. So the ones you see at the top, British pound versus Japanese yen, euro versus Australian dollar, USD versus Japanese yen, and then gold and silver. So those are my favorite. And then, the other ones are just extra credit. So I also have, also the same ones in the group. Now, gold and silver, I kind of count as even though I got both, I kind of count them as one, because they just move the exact same almost. Like if we let's go to the daily chart. I mean, you can see the charts just almost the exact same. Right, little differences in the candles, but in the end, it's like if gold goes up, silver goes up. So I drawn, when I trade the 2, I'm drawn to silver more, because I do believe that silver has more potential upside for sure. But we'll see. We'll see. These ones move so slow. But I also, last year, one of my biggest income months was August, I believe, of last year, or July. But this run of silver, oh my gosh, this right here, I made a lot of money there. I lost a little bit of it here, but I kept most of it. So that's pretty good. So they move really slow. Like you can see, that strong upward movement. We haven't had anything like that since. And the last time we had something like that was in 2011. I do think that we kind of have to experience some pretty heavy upside in silver and gold just as things shift and change. I heard rumor has it, the World Economic stretch. Get that blood flowing. That was random. Rumor has it the World Economic Forum is planning a bit of or all of the financial reset come like March. I don't know what that entails, but it's interesting that I heard that yesterday, and I have been intuitively and kind of in agreement with others, thinking that the crypto market will probably top in February. So I plan on, and anything that says longer, like if you see on the news or you see on Twitter, experts say crypto bull run could last for another year or 3 years. That's a trap. That's a big trap. Huge trap. They're doing that to keep people buying, to keep people's money in the markets. So the big boys can get out and take their profit. Okay. Now I will say that I don't think this next bull run is going to be as long as, bear run. I don't think this next bear run, when the market goes down, is going to last as long as the last one. But it will be interesting to see what happens. So why I'm saying this is because I was talking about gold and silver, and I think that with this economic reset and when crypto goes down, especially, I think gold and silver are going to be it's just a natural place for people to run to and take their money to. So anyway, it's kind of what I'm eyeing for these. But let's go in a little bit closer and let's zoom in and let's just kind of see some patterns and see if we can find a trade. Okay, so one thing I see here in British pound Japanese yen, you can see I drew this little downtrend channel, and we have broken it. Okay, even though we pumped up and we've come back, but to me that's kind of like a bit of a retest that we experienced, because we could just change our line a little bit. It doesn't line up as well, actually. But to me, if we close now, this is sometimes you get fake outs like this where people see, okay, there's a pattern here. We've broken the pattern. We also broke the resistance line. Okay, we're definitely going to go down. And then we'll probably go down, but people start buying and push the price back up to have people's stop losses get hit, to create more liquidity, because when people's stop losses get hit, people get out of their trades, that means that there's more money in the markets. And when there's more money available in the markets, more liquidity, people who are looking to buy or sell, they're able to move the price and get their position a lot easier. So what I'm seeing here, though, is we broke the trend and we have a minute and a half left of this hourly candle. And so, yes, we did break the trend. We did pump. But notice with this candle now, we're starting to dump, and we're actually printing an engulfing candle. So to me, well, in the 4 hour, it's not engulfing though. Let's add the Bollinger Bands and see if this gives us a better picture. Okay, what about the daily? Okay, so for me to get into this trade, I would want to wait for a daily close, which is tonight. We got 7 hours for that. But I do believe that we could potentially experience some downside, maybe not actually. Yeah, see, daily is bullish. Okay, so our weekly, I should say, is bullish. So what I was looking at is on the 1 hour, we're definitely breaking down. We've broken trend, and we could come down a little bit. But what I'll do then is I'll look at higher time frames. I'm like, okay, I look at the 1 hour. It looks like we could head down. I look at the 4 hour, and this candle here is really strong engulfing. Okay, and we have 3 hours left in this 4 hour candle. So to me, this one candle here says, okay, there's actually a chance that we could go up a little bit. before we head down. On the daily chart here, we are down below the moving average, this red line. However, the candle hasn't closed. So I can't make a decision on that, because if simply the candle went up here and just closed and we had a strong wick below, it's a strong bullish sign. Okay, so we got multiple time frames saying different things, right? And then I come to the weekly, and the weekly had come up and closed outside of the band, and we're coming down now, but it looks like we're just kind of experiencing a bit of a retest before we potentially go higher. So with all that, I don't want to short, because the high time frames say actually it will probably go up. Low time frames say it could go down a little bit more. So what we'll probably experience is maybe a little bit more sideways action, and to me, before we head upward. So right now I don't see a clear trade, because we have so many conflicting time frames. Okay, so then I'm just going to simply, and I don't have anything that I could set an alert on this one. If I were to set an alert, it would be basically on the daily here. I would set an alert to be right here. Where I'm setting the alert is a place where if the price goes up above the moving average, we move up here. That to me says, okay, we're moving bullish again. So what's up, everybody that's on? I know I've just been talking. You guys probably been on for a bit. I haven't really looked at Zoom until just now, so good to see everyone. B, I don't know if you're up and charting, but I'll chart a couple more, and would love to hear your charting. But also, it's pretty early where you're at. It's what, I think it's just now 7, but I started this at 6. So if you're not charting and your mind's not there, I don't blame you. It is pretty early. Would love to hear some US 30 stuff. And if not, also B is awesome. And B will be assisting with some coaching here in the next probably week or 2. B's been on 1 session with me, been charting and trading for a long time. We hooked up with some coaching stuff last year, about a year ago now, maybe a little bit more than a year ago. And B's just been going, and just charting is next level, always so good. So good. So anyway, I'm just saying this because B, if not today, potentially will be on the live stream tomorrow night, so you could catch some charting there. Okay, I'm on USD JPY, and you can see that we have been in an uptrend. All right, and so I don't have any support and resistance lines drawn, so I'm going to draw a few on here, and I'm just kind of mainly looking at the peaks. And I'm only really looking in the area that we're in, that the price is in, what I mean, because I don't care about drawing support and resistance down here, because the price is up here. Okay, so we can clearly see that just based off of this line right now, and I'll draw 1 or 2 more above it. Boom. Boom. Okay. So, I mean, we can see that just based off of the line that I drew right here, that this is a great level to sell, because almost every time the price has been at this level, it's gone down. And you can see here that we went up to that level. And so what does that say? Well, price will probably go down. Okay, so looks like on the daily, a pretty good level for us to get into a short sell potentially. But let's see what we see. Okay, also what I see on the daily though is right now we're at this moving average, and that is a level for a strong retest, or I'm sorry, that's a level for a bounce, a potential bounce, and so a retest to bounce. We also see here a couple candles ago that this daily closed engulfing, meaning the body was bigger than the previous body. So that means that people buying, at least right here, have more power than people selling. Now we get basically the opposite sign here with this strong wick on the top and the candle body closing below this previous high, right? The body's low, even though the price went above it, it closed below. The close is what matters most. So that is a bearish sign. Now, what at this point, what we have to see is on the daily, we need to see this candle taken over. Let me draw the line here. So for me to get into a sell, what I would need to see is for the price to break below here and close below. And since that's so close to the moving average, I would honestly want to see maybe a close more like this, which is below that red line. Okay. So come down to the 4 hour, we see, okay, on the daily, I need to see a close below here to feel like it's going to go down. We go to the 4 hour though, we are already under the moving average. However, the previous 4 hour is an engulfing candle. So those are two conflicting signs. And we can see here on the 4 hour that we've been going sideways. I'm not one to trade the sideways. I'm one to get in, while we're going sideways and waiting for that movement. So I'm one to get into a buy down here and then get out up here, or to get into a sell up here and then get out when it goes down. So we already know that based off of that line that there's a good chance that it's going to go down, because that's what it's done. Even if it doesn't go down as far as it has before, there's a good chance that it will. So 4 hours says sideways action. Daily says that we want to see a little bit more downside before we actually get in, because this is a common pattern for me to get into a really good buy, meaning when you come up, you close outside of the band, and then you close inside of the band, you retest the moving average. As soon as you test that moving average, hopping in there. And I can show you here, I can show you a couple times just on lower time frames how beautiful it is. Okay, right here we have like a massive example. So you see here on this hourly chart, price goes up, comes down, retests the moving average, bounces up, comes down, retests the moving average, bounces up. We had 1, 2, 3. This one is not as clear, but right here, 4, 5, 6. Basically 6 times in this whole movement where you could have just bought at the retest of that moving average. Okay. So I'm looking at that same potential thing, except on the daily, right? That was just the hourly chart. So I'm looking at the same potential thing. Okay. So as soon as though we get that close below, so to me, the way I trade that is coming back. I trade the bounce as long as the price action's there, right? So not only a bounce, but engulfing. So bounce and engulfing. Cool. We ride that up. Bounce right here. Then you get this one here that's engulfing. You ride it up. And maybe you just ride it up the whole way and you just keep moving your stop loss up. But then to me, as soon as we change the pattern, which is the pattern is stay above the moving average, as soon as the pattern changes, then I get out of the trade. So right here, it would have gotten out. And then when we come up above again and we close engulfing, or here we close above and we even retest, that's a sign to get in again, right? So then as soon as we see that action that says, okay, it's changed, like right here, we see that it closed below the moving average. Okay, well, then I'm going to get out and I'm going to wait to see what happens, or I'm going to look to see for a potential short sell. So that's why on the daily, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the change in the pattern. So as of right now, just in talking, we've talked the price up. It's gone up a bit. So let's see what's happened on the hourly. You can see hourly, it's more drastic, but we still kind of got that sideways stuff going on. So yeah, so I would say for me, it's a no trade zone, honestly, because at the 1 hour, this level that we're waiting for the daily to close under potentially, that's a good level to buy based off the last 1, 2, and now 3 times on the hourly. So anyway, so moving on. Yeah, let me just set what parameters. Okay, so when would I actually trade this? Well, I'm obviously more inclined to think that it's going to go down, just because this has been a good level for us to see downside afterward. Okay, been a really good level for that. Having said that, doesn't mean that it will. Definitely does not mean that it will. So for me to get in a trade either way, so on the daily, I want to see it close below here, below this blue line, basically, or at this blue line. I'm looking for a close below these candle bodies, and ideally below even this one too, this blue one over here. Now, if we don't get that, and so I'm going to put an alert there, so that if the price goes down to there, I can watch to see what's happening. If I don't get that, then to get into a buy, I need to see a close above this resistance line, and I want to see it close above really this high right here. Okay, it's a lower time frame high, But I'm saying that one because you can see that we on the daily have not been able to close above it. So to me, I want to see us go above that level and have a candle body close. So I'm going to put an alert there as well. So for me, the way I trade, it's going to be a no trade zone based off of, until we hit one of these levels. And then I'll ride it because then I can maybe see some different price action. So the way though that you could trade this, if you want to trade the small time frame, if you have more time each day, if you have at least like I would say 3 to 4 hours that you can put into the charts, and they don't always have to be in unison, right? You can be an hour or two here, an hour or two later in the day. If you have that type of time and you know that you're going to be able to do it, you can see how very clearly we have beautiful opportunity to trade this channel. Okay, so to me, the daily has 7 hours left, and so on the 1 hour candles, we could be moving up and down, and maybe even for the next few days, we could be moving up and down for a while before we actually make a decision. Because you come out to the daily, and look at how much this price action went sideways before we shot up, right? So we're talking, I would say right here is when it really started. July 9th to September 22nd. So that's plenty of, it's like what, a couple months of sideways action that you could potentially capitalize on. So right now we've had so far like a week or two. So there's a chance now that it'll go the exact same, but remember it's fractals, and so that's a thing where it just goes sideways for a little while before it makes a movement. So you can see, this is more drastic sideways, but here we came hard down, and we went drastic sideways, and then we came up, right? So that's kind of what I'm potentially seeing here, is we're seeing that sideways. And if we go down to the lower time frames, this is where you could capitalize. So you don't want to buy or sell at this moment, but if we come up to this level, this blue line here, and we see some price action that says, okay, it's going to go down, like look, when we got to the top here, we had this strong bearish candle, and then we came down and we closed below the moving average here. So when we close below the moving average, then that says, okay, there's a chance that we're going to continue down. So you see the blue line because you saw the blue line here and here, and now here. So you can see that, okay, if I get into a sell at this blue line, I am more likely to win than I am to lose. But your entry for sure is going to be when we actually have that action. I see when we close below the moving average is a good thing for me, or a good signal, I should say, for me. So on the opposite end, we can see that when we get close to this bottom blue line, it's a good time to buy. So this is how you could capitalize, is you could potentially trade this channel. So as soon as we get up to this level, you see the price action, you get into a sell, you put a stop loss above the previous high, and then you ride it till you get down close to this blue line, and then you can get into a buy potentially. And so there's a chance that you could ride that, you could play it like that. So for me though, I don't really trade the sideways action, or the chop, I call it, because it's easy to get chopped up. I like to go for those bigger movements. It's kind of what I'm aiming for, is I can wait, I can be patient, like Saber, for instance. Let me just show you guys same fractal. This is a good transition to show you guys the same fractal I was talking about. I've already showed it before, but oh, Saber's up 24 cents. LFG, dude. LFG. I haven't even looked at it in days. So it was like 19 cents. It's up 27%.
Awesome, bro. Congratulations, everyone that got in on that.
Yeah, I think most people in here have some Saber at least, right? Hopefully. If you don't, it's not too late. But we're getting close, guys. It's gonna be too late soon. I just want to show you this fractal. Everything's a fractal. Okay, if you don't know what a fractal is, it's a repeating pattern. Holy shoot, dude, this looks so good. All right, let me show you guys why I'm still like Saber is still quite the opportunity. Fabric even is still good as well, but Saber is just okay. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, wall. So if you've seen this already, I know a few of you have already seen me show this, but I have to show it again. You gotta see this too, Mika.
I know, bro. Wait, you showed me the saber chart.
I showed you this one too,
All right, actually, you haven't showed me this one.
compared to the saber chart. Okay, so this is Wall Street cheat sheet.
I've seen that kind of chart before when I started studying XRP.
Word. Okay, yeah. So this is common and this is shared in crypto. And I will show you that this pops up in Bitcoin.
It tells you
man.
like the FOMO and all that, all the different stages of emotions of the whole market.
Yeah, so you get the emotions of it, but what we're also looking at is this pattern here. See how you go up, you come down,
Yeah.
and you just experience the same pattern of emotions with the price pattern. Okay, guys, so here's Saber. We're gonna go to 90 days, 180, max. Okay, we're on max, 180. Boom. Look at this, dude. Look at this, guys. Okay, this is where we are in Saber. See how the same emotion or the same exact pattern happened. We get a strong uptrend, upward movement, and then we come down and we tank, and the emotions go with it. Look at how these are literally the exact same. And you can tell by the color over here and the color over here what happens next. See how they connect? So we see this here. Now, why is this a thing? Well, Saber, guys, we can't look at the history of Saber to show you that it's happened before, because Saber is only,
The baby.
yeah, came out July 18th. Maybe. Okay. Holy shit. We're gonna make so much money, guys. It's so fun. Okay. Let's look at Bitcoin really quick to compare. And we can even look at silver to compare. Okay, so let's go to silver first. XAG. Let's go to the weekly chart. Okay, turning off Bollinger Bands to make this more clear. See this exact, let me delete my drawings. This exact same pattern here in silver. This is silver. This has nothing to do with crypto. Okay. One other time, guys. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin USD.
I'm
Probably
excited
gonna-
for silver to go up, bro. I got actual silver. So I'm
Good.
waiting for that baby to go up.
Yeah, I used to have a lot, but I'm just like, crypto. I was talking about silver like $14 in 2018, all my friends, all my family. And I just make way more with crypto. Because
It's more of a long-term investment, to be honest. I just like,
yeah, it's just security. Okay, I'm trying to find a good BTC USD, a good one. Bitstamp. Okay, Bitstamp will show us the history. Okay, see here, I'm on the weekly chart. Okay. See this same freaking pattern, guys. Same pattern everywhere. And what happens? What happens next after disbelief, right? So, right, and it happens over and over, right? So here it is again. Literally the exact same pattern, same fractal. Boom. Okay, what happens then? Take off. Sure, hit it. Okay, but this one, the question is, where are we at in this chart right now with Bitcoin? So we have to watch. I think we're at optimism. Optimism, believe. I think we're right in here somewhere. But this run up is going to be crazy. Like, I'm thinking Bitcoin goes to like 200 the rest of this run.
so you're saying it'll probably go up to 200 within like 4 months, essentially, like 3 months or so. Like, how long
I
do you
think it's pretty
this-
possible.
Dang, that's wild.
But like for me, I'm gonna start like I'm gonna take a bit out of crypto when Bitcoin gets to 100,000 because it's not gonna be straight up. And yeah, I don't know. Like 150,000 is gonna be a good level for that I think to start taking out. I think Bitcoin tops anywhere between 120 and 200,000.
Yeah, it's not profit until you take profits, man.
Yeah, and I think Ethereum tops anywhere between 15,000 and 30,000. It's pretty good, pretty big range though, isn't it? So we're just gonna be vigilant, you know. But that's the cool thing with this is, and having like Saber and others is if we do the math, if Bitcoin or Ethereum was to top at 15K, that's only a triple from here, which is great, right? It's triple your money. It's really good. But Saber has so much potential, guys. Oh my gosh, it will like 10x still. I'm manifesting a $10 Saber. Yeah, and and it's not crazy at all. That's the thing. If we got a $10 Saber, let's just do the math. 10 divided by, oh, if it went to $10, it's a 41x from here, I think. Yeah. 24. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So 41x from where it's at right now. And that would put at, I want to see the market cap it would put it at. 41 times 70 million. Dang, guys, that's only 3 billion. That's crazy. Okay, so 41x puts it at 3 billion, which is literally nothing. Bitcoin is worth 1.2 trillion. 3 billion would put Saber in not even the top 20. And it's the coin to compare it to is Thorchain, is Rune, which is, I don't know what number that is right now, but it's up there, number 44. Okay, so Rune, come on now, being slow. Rune is at a 5 billion market cap, 4.8 billion, guys. Oh my goodness. Saber only needs to get to 3 billion. Saber does the exact same thing as Thorchain does, but it does it for Solana. And it's at a $70 million market cap, 70 million. So I know I keep talking about this, but it's like, jump on the freaking elevator, guys. Except this elevator has a rocket attached to the bottom of it.
The wolf.
Oh yeah, I posted these guys, the wolf coins. These are, by the way, if you guys decide to get these dog coins, these are meme. These are gambling. This is 1,000,000% gambling. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, so I'm still putting 500 bucks in each. So if I lose it, who cares? But you know, most of my money are in things that have heavy use case. If you can't tell, I have heavy position in Saber. I have a heavy position in Fabric. But Fabric, just going back to that same fractal that I showed you guys, Fabric has already started to pump a little bit. But Fabric is also a lot smaller. A lot smaller than, I don't think it's a lot smaller, but it's a bit smaller than Saber is, just the market cap. So yeah, we're only at a 12 million market cap, so it is a lot smaller. But Fabric is a great coin, will go up a lot. I just think that it just doesn't, the use case isn't as strong as Saber. It's still really good. They're working with synthetic assets. It's a whole other conversation of what synthetic assets are, but I'm going to do the same thing, show you guys the same fractal on this one, show you what it looks like. But see this, how we've already started to come up. So it will lead to a new all-time high. So Fabric's at 16 cents, 40 cents is the high. I think this will go to like $1 or $2. That's not crazy at all. Like that's like bare minimum. I think like $2 is like a bare minimum. So low balling so that when it goes to $5, you guys are like, dang, Cody, you're a genius. So anyway, well, I'm feeling it, guys. Feeling like moving on to the next thing. So I'm gonna be like water and flow. I'm gonna send you guys all the love all the time, as I always do, because that's all I have. That's all I can do. That's all I am. Everything is love. And if I can ever do anything for you guys, please let me know. I'm gonna tell you though, right now, I'm really gonna go in on providing the best absolute value for people in coaching. Okay. And for, I want to really provide a transformative experience for everyone. And so I'm really tapping into how valuable that is, because it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work working with people. Some of you guys know. So on that note, I will say, and I've mentioned before, but I'm going to get pretty serious about these live streams. I'm going to, in the near future, have guest traders. That's why I'm going to do some research. I'm going to see what times, what we should actually lock them down to. And live streams will most likely transition to be something available for either you can upgrade your group membership because it's going to cost more, or you will be a coaching member and get it. So I will say I'm debating. I know in the past I've said some people I will grandfather in. I gotta see about that, just because the value that's there and the value I provide, it's worth way more than $50, $54 a month. And people that have been on this live stream, and only this live stream, have made tens of thousands of dollars. So I've seen it. So anyways, on that note, and I don't even know the money that people have made. There's other, friends who I'm with and know of the stuff I do. I have friends who have made six figures from what I said. Pretty soon I'll get to the point where people will have made seven figures from what I've said. So it's probably within the next 3 to 6 months. And to me, that's just, it's really valuable, because even for someone that starts off, if we can do the right thing, you start off with $100 and that's all you have. With what I teach, I've seen people take $100 and turn it into a couple thousand within a month or two. And then what you can do with a couple thousand from there, you have a little bit more ground, and then when you get to 10,000, 50,000, there's a lot you can do there. So anyway, because the value's there, and I'm dialing everything in to make it super valuable. So we still have a little bit, but I've been having meetings, and so the meetings are getting more serious. Anyway, just saying all that because I want to provide a good value, but I want people who are also serious and won't take it for granted. So that's where I'm at. But not that any of you guys do. Not saying that you guys do it all. I'm just saying in general, as I grow, as the brand grows, I just want to set the standard. So, but for now, we are what we are, and it is what it is. And whatever changes, I'll let you know. But yeah, like I said, sending all love all the time. I'll post this as a recording to the group here in a little bit, and I'll post yesterday's as well soon. So, okay, guys, love you all. We'll see you.